Hello, everyone. This is Barbara Iris Alsu of Parental World Knowledge. I'm the founder and the president of, and in addition, I'm the president of Artist Barbara Alsu Fine Art Studio. I want to welcome you here today. We're doing some more watercolor painting, and I thank everyone that has tuned in. And sorry that Google Hangouts again didn't start exactly at 5 when we started. I kept trying to get on. I kept saying, oops. I don't know. It is unbelievable that it keeps doing that most of the time. But thank you for being patient and tuning in with us and referring people. We greatly appreciate it. And I'm here with my puppy, Platinos, but I think he went to sleep. And so I hope that you have your watercolor canvas paper. It's on a pad. And you can buy this in an art supply store. And it's much better than watercolor paper because you have to whitewash before you do your painting. And it's very costly since the palettes that you get in non-toxic palettes, they don't have usually white. So unless you buy a liquid white, and you'd have to buy a lot to be doing a whole canvas like that. So my suggestion, the best thing is just to buy these pads. They're inexpensive. You can buy them in bulk. Go online to Jerry's Artist Outlet and you'll get a big savings on these canvas pads. All right, and it looks more professional on canvas as opposed to paper. And you don't have to necessarily put glass. You could just frame it and not put glass over it, but just never wet it, because you wet it, you start taking off your paint. Superior 2 absorbs the paint better, so. And the paint brushes should be professional artist brushes. You have several sizes. And you also need an artist sponge. It's more porous and see it has paint on it. Just put the sponge down, bring it up, and it'll take off the excess water or too much paint. Sometimes you put a little too much and it smears. Try to do as little water as you can. And I said this before, but if you're just tuning in, I just want to be sure to go over everything. And in addition, you need color pencils. And when you do your line drawing, just the outline of what you're drawing, you should have a good artist eraser. And that will help so that you don't see the pencil marks as much. But you can always layer, and not to worry. It can cover up. You have to do several layers for any painting you do. It could be more. With buildings, it's going to be more. It's the first time I'm doing buildings, but I can just anticipate that it's going to be more because there's so much detail within this, and it has to be, building. I can't just have it looking different colors, whatever. You have to do coats so that it's completely like a building would look. So it's different shades you could do for flowers. You don't have to have. You can have shadows and things, but for the building, you're going to have it solid looking, the color uniformed. So you're going to have to really do. I'm anticipating more than several. You're going to use a regular pencil. You don't have to use an artist pencil. But, with the color pencils that you do need to use, just make it as close as you can to the colors. And don't press hard. After it's all dry, don't press hard. It would be taking the paint off. The pencil, color pencil, is to make it look 3D, when you get done with your painting. All right, so let's begin and do little strokes, because this is not a very big canvas, and gentle strokes so that you don't go into the other objects. And I say gentle strokes like this. And I'm going to turn the camera onto the painting. My son yesterday finally tells me he knew I started this art reality show since April. He first tells me now that the camera, it's a little plastic thing, and I was afraid to move it too much that I would break it off. And he, bought it, so I didn't want to ruin his camera and get angry at me. So I never moved it, and he didn't leave the instructions. So I finally found out now that this can turn. It's an HD camera, but I never knew. I've never used a camera before. I always had camera crews that came in. Used to be Comcast, did that. They had the camera crews that came in, and Suburban Cable, it used to be called. They came in and did my shows, but no longer do they do free tapings. I mean, they would do it if I pay them, but this is a free reality show, and I have no budget to be paying them. Hopefully we'll get a sponsor, and I would love, for it to be a sponsor, and we could do maybe other things, get more than cameras and things, so I don't have to. I could have it still on me and still have it on the painting, which would be nice. But right now we're going to be moving it back and forth. So forgive me if you're not seeing my face, but at least you'll see the painting, hopefully. I hope I can do this right. My son did this the other day for me. Didn't really show me, just said, turn it. I hope it stays. It's like moving. Well, that's best I guess I can do. But really, with these cameras, I mean, I only have one camera, so it's hard. If I had two, it'd be easier. You could, get my face in totally and the picture. Right now you're seeing my arm, not my face. And just now the power went out because I plugged in a heater upstairs, as well as there was a portable one downstairs, because it was only 9 degrees in West Orange today, and the house got so chilly. So I just wanted to, put it up fast, because, it just came on that cold, really cold weather. And I found out that you can't plug one in the living room because it just blew the fuse. So I had to figure out how to put the circuitry on. My father never labeled it, never told me, never showed me. My son knows, he's been doing something with electrical things now, and he didn't label it either. So I had to figure it out myself, and I wouldn't have been able to do my show today because he has his computer locked, and I wouldn't be able to. Where my computer is, that's where it went out. So it's a miracle I figured it out. Oh, my son is saying it's so easy to do, but it isn't easy if you've never been showed. Nothing's labeled. But I figured it out. So I'm really getting to be more of a repair person, because I had my father really sheltered me he did all the repair as far as, things go. And mostly, I mean, I did some, but I mean, just minor things like fix the doorknob or whatever, hammer nails. But I mean, I didn't do repair, and he did, and he didn't show me things. And I would have liked, for him to show me. I did learn to do wallpaper because he was a paper hanger. But other than that, he really didn't show me things. And I would have loved to have learned some more things. I'll use my thumb. Just because you're a girl doesn't mean, you're. I hope that men listening out there, teach your girls how to do things. I mean, I really didn't know how to do much as a way of repair. Really teach your girls. Just because they're girls doesn't mean that they're not going to be upset with you that you're showing. They'll be happy, and they need to know if something ever, God forbid, happens to you. And I'm not angry at my father. He was a wonderful father. But I'm just saying, I think it's a good thing to teach your girls how to do repairing things, how to know, if the lights go off, what switch to put. You should have labeled it. And that's it. Now, yesterday, it's just white, that liquid white, and then put some brown. So that's how you get beige. I had some paint already mixed where the beige was, and it was closed and it stayed a little moist, like it's. And when you're squeezing that tube, always squeeze it like toothpaste, all the way from the bottom. And I hope that, whatever you're painting is something that you really enjoy. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm doing Manhattan skyline, but you do what you want, and that should be the best painting for you. Never, unless of course you're in school and you have to do, what a teacher says, we're doing flowers and you need to do flowers. But if you are given a choice by a teacher, my recommendation is to do what you like. And just follow what the teacher is doing, as long as it's not required. Only way we learn, we try new. And if we don't succeed, well, we at least learned a lesson, and we'll try harder to do something the next time. Do try something else. And I still can't believe since April, my son has passed by me while I was doing my show so many times and never said a thing. He saw me painting. He didn't say, gee, you can move the camera. Unless you're a tech person, and I'm not a tech person. I don't repair things. You can do it if you show me just, what to do. I might get lucky and figure out something, but I'm afraid if something's a little plastic piece that looks like it could break, I'm not going to push it. Especially when it didn't belong to me. This is my son's camera. Well, at least you're seeing it now, finally. I was always holding my paper up, but, I would paint and then hold it up, but, it's much better that you're seeing me paint. Hey, kids. Well, I hope everyone, with the weather today, 9 degrees in West Orange. As I said, I was putting on, 2 portable heaters to make it warmer. I hope everybody is wearing a nice warm scarf and hat, and even put another scarf around your face, at least by your mouth and, part of your nose, because it's so chilly out. Or if you have a hat that goes over your face, it's good too. But it definitely was so cold this morning. It has never been this cold in West Orange, New Jersey. We get down to teens. We never got down to 9. And it's January, beginning of January. It's February is a month that's really, really cold. I don't know what happened. And when you're painting something, never copy exactly as you see it. If it's a prop, because it was some other artists that did that, so just make it different. Um, if if you're doing, like I'm doing a building, I mean, I'm not going to do it exactly as the architect made it. I'm going to make it a little different too. You have to be original. And if you're doing people or a dog, a pet, whatever it is, you can use a live model and do it exactly. Not props. And in photographs, if you use a photograph, you have to make it different. You cannot copy that either. That's another artist's work. If you need to turn your paper while you're working, so that you don't get all the paint on your arm or your sleeves, just turn the paper and don't be working where it's wet paint. Let that section dry so that you can not get yourself all full of the paint. My puppy's exhausted. He was up at 6 again today. Oh, keeps getting up early. And he doesn't go to bed that early either. He wants to see what my son is doing, and he just stays up. My son's doing repair modeling on the home. And sometimes he just wants to stay up. He hears it and he, doesn't want to go to sleep. My son has to do it during the day. On the weekend, yeah, but during the week, it's at night. He would do it, but he works full time, so the only time he could do it is at night. still sleeping. Should be tired. keeps himself up to about midnight and gets up at 6. So he's not getting. He has to take naps. Again, I'm going to take some more white and squeeze it from the bottom. I hope there's still some left in here. I try not to waste. Squeeze it like toothpaste, as I said before. Oh my gosh. Something came on the screen. There it goes. I just want to show you, you always brush off your brush. Don't have so much water. I've always said it, but now you can see it. You can see. Now, if there's something you want to paint and that you feel you can't do a line drawing first, the outline of something, as I said, you could do a computer printout and then paint that. I would get from a stationery store a good quality paper, one that's sort of nubby and like a canvas, although it's not plastic. It's it's a paper, and then you'd be able to just By the way, if you'd like to be on our show, you just have to call 9 to 5 Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Sunday, and that's 973-736-1637. That's 973-736-1637. You have to be 18 or more to appear on our show. It's Google Hangouts rules and YouTube. Even to watch the show, you have to be 18 or more. But if you'd like to have a free lesson from artist Barbara Alsuf on our studio, all of January, you can get a free lesson. So you can call us at the same number, 973-736-1637. 973. You don't have to have prior experience in painting. You don't have to worry. We'll be able to show you first hour you're painting, you'll be able to learn. Weather is not helping my allergies. And I normally would not be out if I wasn't walking my dog, but I have to walk my dog. Nobody else in my household does it. Oh, they all said that they were gonna, help my son. Very, very seldom. My son took the dog out twice since we got the puppy. And now the puppy's already 8 months. We had 6 months. That's a good one. I love playing with him. He plays with him, but he won't take him out. But I wanted the dog, so that's okay. Okay. It's best not to put too much paint out because this white can dry, easily. And so I do a little bit at a time. It's best not to be putting too much paint at one time. With this liquid white, it tends to dry. It's been like 2 years I've had this, so if I put too much at once, that's why I keep, redoing, putting more, replenishing more paint there. If I do it all at once, this could dry up and I wouldn't be able to use it, even if you add water to it. So I wouldn't put too much at one time. And with your water, you try not to put too much water because then, the paint gets all over. So onto the other objects. I have buildings, but, whatever you're doing. I want to say a prayer for people in India where they had an earthquake, and it was quite a bad one, like devastation. I hope and pray a miraculous healing prayer. I've been, praying ever since I saw it. On Sunday night, I went to bed early. I didn't notice that on Facebook and Monday, I first noticed it when I looked at Facebook. I wish I knew right away, but at least I, prayed as soon as I saw it. And I pray a miraculous healing prayer and wish peace, good health, good strength, good spiritual, everything. God heals 100%. I just say the prayer. So please, everyone out there, pray for people in India. They just had one not too long ago. This is terrible that there's another one. I can't imagine, how awful that is. That they just suffered one. I think it was about 6 months ago. Now they're back to, that's not all India, but, it's a portion. I think it was or it shouldn't be there or anywhere. What is going on? Why are there so many earthquakes? And it just hit several months ago. Now it's back again. I just can't understand what is happening in India that twice within a 6-month period. It's just beyond me. Climate change is all I can think of that this is causing this. Let's pray for them. Let's pray for all these people, especially the children. I mean, that's horrible to have to go through that experience. We don't want any person either. Imagine, I mean, I've never been in an earthquake. That was real serious. I was in California visiting a friend, and it was an earthquake, but it wasn't, as serious as what's going on in India. An earthquake scared the heck out of me. I didn't even want to think about it. Of course, my first visit to California, that would be an earthquake. This was many years ago. I went out for a wedding, and an earthquake occurred. The earthquake was only one night, and that was it. The rest of my vacation was perfect. I was out there for 2 weeks. So I was quite lucky. It was only one day. Okay, I'll put this back a little more so you can see. And just pray for these people, but we shouldn't be earthquakes so often anywhere. It's horrible life you're living if you have to live in fear. And it's serious. I mean, there's many people dying from it. It's not just a minor California, there's a lot of minor ones like I experienced, but these are major earthquakes, life-threatening. And I have some friends out there that live in India. Thank God I found out one of my friends is okay, but I need to find out another one. And she doesn't often go on Facebook. So we became friends, and I just hope that I can. I didn't mention it yesterday because I didn't find out until late in the day after I did my broadcast. But I did say a prayer. I say every day, every shooting, every airing, I always say a miraculous healing prayer for the world. So we're covered. But I just didn't know that, tell everybody to please pray also. And I do believe that helps. And I pray to God and miraculous healing prayer, and also pray along. sorry, the camera. Great HD camera. Well, I want to hope that everyone has a good day, a good night. And I pray a miraculous healing prayer for everybody in our world. There should be peace, good strength, good health, good spirituality. Amen. And if anyone visits our site, ParentalWorldKnowledge.com, you can always get 2 prayer healings if you look at our latest blog post. And we wrote a blog post about healing, and there's a special for only $22. And it will give you more clarity with your mind and, in addition, energy. So you want more focus, you want more energy. It's an energy scan where pinpoint exactly what your problem is, whether it be physical or emotional. And again, God heals 100%. I'm just doing a prayer. And I specialize for couples. So makes a nice Valentine's gift if you're having some couple problem. $22 per person. You can again call us 973-736-1627, 973-736-1627. And if you come for your free lesson, art or poetry, you can antique jewelry on now. These are gorgeous bracelets. I have rings. There's some beautiful, there are different pieces than what I have on, but I mean, there's beautiful pieces that we're giving for $5, Parental World Knowledge, to donating to artist Barbara L. Fine Art Studio, and 50% goes to Epilepsy Foundation. So if you want to purchase that, it's tax deductible, and only $5. You're getting gorgeous antiques. Now they're not, they're costume jewelry mostly, And but there are some pieces that have gold or silver. One even has diamonds because my friend donated, a lovely person, she donated some of her jewelry. And I asked for costume jewelry, but she gave some, looks like real gold and diamond chips. So it was a beautiful ring. And I have that on the social media so you could see it. On Facebook, I have it on LinkedIn, Twitter. Okay, so I'm going to say good night, and we'll see you tomorrow about 5. Sorry, we were delayed a little from Google Hangouts, but I gave you the extra time. And keep up the great work with your painting. I'm sure you're doing fine. Okay, so bye now. Take care.